Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the complicated world of business and finance. And let me tell you, today we've got Otis Worldwide, a company that makes elevators and escalators, dropping some news that's going to lift our spirits or perhaps make them stall. So what we've got here is what's called an 8K filing, and this is like a company's urgent announcement system. It's for big, timely information that investors really need to know right away. The big date here is July 23, 25. Why is this date so important? Well, that's when Otis Worldwide is telling us all about their second quarter results for 2025. Think of it as their mid-year financial checkup report. Otis Worldwide Corporation, the maker of those things that take you up and down in buildings, is sharing their latest financial story. And where do we see their story unfold? Primarily on the New York Stock Exchange. That's where their common stock and several of their debt offerings, like their 0.318% notes due 2026 and others, are traded. So when Otis talks, the financial world listens, especially here on the NYSE. The really juicy part of this filing, what really matters to us, is usually found under the results of operations and financial conditions section. This is where they spill the beans on how they've been doing. Otis Worldwide Corporation, or Otis for short, is letting us know how they performed in the second quarter of 2025. It's that time of year where they show us if their business is moving up, down, or staying on the same floor. And how are they telling us this? Through a press release. This filing is basically attaching that press release for everyone to see. It's like they're saying, here's the official word on our performance. They're being careful though, saying this information isn't officially filed in a way that makes them liable for every single word under certain sections of securities law. It's a common way companies share timely news while managing their legal responsibilities. Now, let's talk about what people really care about, the financials. This filing doesn't give us the detailed tables right here in the 8K itself, but it points us to a press release where those numbers would be. Imagine looking at the performance of their common stock. What are investors seeing? Are earnings going up, making the stock more attractive, or are they going down, causing concern? They also mention their debt, like these notes due in 26. Think of notes like loans the company has taken out. The percentage 0.318% tells us how much interest they have to pay on that loan. When they talk about these notes, they're giving us a snapshot of their financial health, specifically how much debt they're carrying and what it costs them. A low percentage here is generally good, meaning they aren't paying a huge amount in interest compared to the amount they borrowed. And it's not just one loan. We see mentions of other debt like the 0.934% notes due 2031. This shows a broader picture of their borrowing strategy. By offering different notes with different due dates, Otis is managing its finances over various time horizons. It tells us they are actively involved in the debt markets to fund their operations and growth. Following on from that, we get to the exhibits section. This is where they list all the supporting documents. One of the exhibits is this cover page interactive data file. This is important for the really tech-savvy investors and regulators. It means the basic information on the first page of the report is formatted in a way that computers can easily read and process using something called XBRL. It's for making data more accessible and comparable across different companies. And finally, we have the signatures. This is the official sign-off from the company's management. Here we see the name Otis Worldwide Corporation again, confirming this is their official report. And here's the signature of Cristina Mendez, the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. Her signing this document means she's confirming that the information presented is accurate to the best of her knowledge and the company's reporting standards. Ms. Mendez is a key figure here. As Chief Financial Officer, she's the top person responsible for Otis's financial reporting and strategy. Her review of this data before it goes crucial. Her title, Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, tells us she's a senior leader within the company, directly overseeing all financial aspects. The date of this signature, July 23, 2025, matches the date of the report. This shows everything is up to date and signed off on the date of the announcement. So let's put it all together. Otis Worldwide filed a Form 8K to announce their second quarter 2025 earnings. This is a standard but important filing. It signals that they've released their financial results and are providing the market with crucial operational and financial updates. While this particular filing points us to a press release for the details, it highlights the company's ongoing financial reporting and its engagement with shareholders in the market. We saw the details of their listed securities, proving they are a public company with various ways of raising capital through stocks and bonds. The presence of their CFO's signature adds a layer of official confirmation to the information being shared. Now, looking at this filing, what's the big picture for Otis? This 8K is primarily a notification document. It's not the deep dive into the numbers themselves. but it's the official flag that the deep dive has happened and the results are out there. The fact that they're reporting on their common stock and multiple debt issuances shows a healthy, active public company. They are managing their capital structure by using both equity and debt. The low interest rates mentioned on some of their notes, like the 0.318 common stock and multiple debt issuances, shows a healthy, active public company. They are managing their capital structure by using both equity and debt. The low interest rates mentioned on some of their notes, like the 0.318% and 0.934%, are indicative of a company that has built a reputation of financial stability and reliability, allowing them to borrow money at relatively low costs. This is a significant advantage, as lower interest expenses mean more profit can flow down to the bottom line. However, without the actual financial tables from the press release, it's hard to give a deep analysis of their performance. We can infer that the second quarter results were significant enough to warrant an 8K filing, likely showing either strong performance concerning trends or major company developments that needed immediate attention from investors. The key takeaway is that Otis is actively communicating its financial status. The risks for Otis, as with any company in the construction and infrastructure sector, would include economic downturns affecting new building projects, competition from other elevator manufacturers, and potential supply chain disruptions. Opportunities could lie in global expansion, technological innovation in smart elevators, and the growing demand for modernization of older building systems. Our assessment of Otis based on this notification filing is that they are a well-established player in their industry, actively managing their finances and communicating transparently with the market through required filings. The critical next step for a deeper understanding would be to analyze the content of the press release that this 8K refers to. That's where we'd find the actual numbers: revenue, profit, earnings per share, debt levels, and cash flow, which would allow us to gauge their operational success and strategic execution. Alright, that's our quick decode of this Otis Worldwide 8K filing. What's your take on these filings and what they mean for Otis? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this breakdown helped you understand what these corporate announcements mean, please hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth analyses. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description. We are building a great place for financial discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next decode.